Guys, we're back on GTTV, and I am now down here in Irvine, California at Obsidian Entertainment with Josh, who's the project director on Fallout New Vegas, which is coming out this fall. And Josh, you're bringing us some brand new details on this amazing RPG, which is a follow-up to Fallout 3, but it's not a sequel, right?
Yeah, it's not a sequel. It's in some ways, it's more of a spiritual sequel to Fallout 2. But instead of taking place on the East Coast, it takes place in southern Nevada, sort of around the border between California and Nevada, and of course, in the ruins of old Las Vegas.
Now, it's the ruins of Las Vegas, but there are some kind of key artifacts that are still there, and the Hoover Dam is still there, right?
Yeah, so what we wanted to do is really capture the spirit of classic late 50s, early 60s Vegas. So a lot of the casinos and the style, the architecture that you see is more inspired by that era, the Googie architecture and the classic casinos. And of course, places like the Hoover Dam, which is very important for the story and the location, are very prominent in the story.
Now, this game starts off in a very cool way because people remember Fallout 3. You were sort of the baby, and you sort of decided who you were going to be, configured your face and whatnot. This game, you're literally sort of reconstructing your face, right, from sort of plastic surgeon?
Yeah, so you are a courier, and you're jumped for the package that you're carrying, and the people that jump you wind up shooting you in the head and dropping you in a shallow grave. And you're rescued by this robot, actually, that happens to be wandering by, and taken to convalesce in this small town called Good Springs. So character creation is actually about you sort of rehabilitating. So you're sort of making sure that your face all looks right after the doctor performed his surgery, which is how you define your appearance. You use the Vitamatic machine, which is sort of an Old West style, or like a gimmicky like love tester thing, and that defines all your statistics. And then you do a psychological profile test to determine what your skills are. So in a lot of ways, again, it's kind of familiar for people that played Fallout 3. It's a similar sort of structure, but we try to put it in the context of, instead of you being born, it's you're coming back from the verge of death.
Now, when you play through this game, what storyline are we going to see? That package that you were carrying, do we know what's in it? Is that part of sort of what the story is of this game?
Well, you're not exactly sure initially what the significance of the package you're carrying was. In a very typical Fallout fashion, you start out with something that's very personal and connected to your character, finding out who tried to kill you and what was so important about the package you were carrying.
Now, as you play through the game, you're going to run into some different factions, right? Who's in control of Las Vegas?
Well, there are a number of different groups that are vying for control. Mr. House runs the Strip, and the casino families sort of help him maintain order there. Sort of fighting for control of the overall region are the New California Republic, which people remember from Fallout 2, and also Caesar's Legion, which is a large slaving army that's coming out of Arizona in the east. So these three groups are really the primary movers and shakers in the region, and then there are all sort of like classic factions that kind of are playing supporting roles.
Now, what about the Brotherhood of Steel? Are they going to factor into this at all?
Yeah, the Brotherhood is obviously a pretty core part of a lot of the Fallout experiences for people. In Fallout New Vegas, the Brotherhood is not quite as prominent as they were, say, in Fallout 3. Part of that is because over time, the Brotherhood has been at war with New California Republic. So after the end of Fallout 2, they basically got into conflict with NCR over control of technology, mostly energy weapons, because that's one of the main purposes of the Brotherhood, is to control that technology. NCR didn't want to hand it over, so they went to war. So by the time you start playing Fallout New Vegas, the Brotherhood is really a pretty small faction compared to the NCR. So they're not a group that you see initially in the game. You hear rumors about them. Eventually, most players will have to deal with them.